All academics at some point in time or another, researchers fail at something. Like, I think the thing that I recall was when in my very early days, when I was, required to write papers and everything. I'm a young lecturer, and I submitted a paper, and it came back rejected, straight out. No revise and resubmit, just a reject by 2 referees at a time when your self-confidence isn't the greatest. Just finished your PhD, felt pretty good about everything, having done that, and then you submit a paper. Incidentally, that wasn't my first. So the first paper I submitted, I got accepted. Well, revise and resubmit, and then it was accepted. It was published in a very good journal. It was the second one where both of the people who reviewed it said, this isn't good enough. The quality wasn't good, and really felt low. And then the next paper I resubmitted, I did another one roughly the same time, but on a different kind of topic. And again, it wasn't rejected, but it was revise and resubmit substantially. So now my self-confidence is dropping, and I didn't have a co-author. I was just doing it myself, the paper, and I'm young, and so I think that really affected my self-confidence. But my supervisor was brilliant. So he read both the papers, and there were comments on it. He said, no, you can do this, Cary. Just do that, but you went to the wrong journal on that one. So I want you to go to that journal that's more appropriate for you, for the topic. And that's the reason. And do remember, there's only 2 people, and they're making their mind up. And you get 2 others who might just accept it offhand. I mean, you just don't know. And I think he made me feel confident that I had done a good job. He said, you did a good job. I'm guaranteeing you this paper will be published. You just went to the wrong journal. You had the wrong reviewers at the wrong time. But, and I trusted him because he was quite a good academic and a really good researcher. And so, I think a lot depends on your supervisor, a colleague who you trust, and will give you the honest feedback, because that really is important. But in your career, you're going to get failures. You're going to get people rejecting articles. You're going to get that. You're going to have people not liking a paper you presented at a conference. That's kind of life. And you have to be resilient enough to bounce back. It's the bounce back factor. But I can see, when you're young, your self-confidence isn't the highest when you're a new academic.
Yeah. And what sort of advice would you give to PGRs, who are early in their career in terms of developing that resilience?
I think resilience is where you have to, I think you have to do if you want to make a career in academic life, as a researcher, as a lecturer, whatever. I think you need social support. I think you need to be open. The most important thing is not to blame the reviewers on a paper or blame other people, but be open to criticism that people give you, particularly if it's constructive criticism. That really is fundamental. If you're closed and you say, no, I don't believe those guys, they're wrong. This is a brilliant paper. If you don't listen to their feedback to you, you're never going to get anywhere. You have to listen. You're young. You have to share it with other people and share your failure with other people so they can help you, particularly people you value and you trust. They'll bring you out of this. But, get people who are not just yes men. That's the important thing. Don't get people who are just going to say, oh, poor Cary, they're wrong. You have a wonderful paper. Somebody who will say to you, they do have a point there. That second point is accurate. That's the weakness here. So correct that weakness. The 5th point needs correcting too. But the rest of it, I agree with you. That is pretty good. So you need support of other people, and you need to be open-minded. Listen, be open-minded, take criticism, and constructive criticism, and do something with it.